Welcome back to the Allgoods, Vietnam through the eyes of love. I'm Elisa Allgood. Today we're stepping into September 19th, 1971, exactly 1 week after my parents' R&R in Hawaii. And both of them still had their heads in the clouds, daydreaming about that week together. My mom's letter makes me smile because she writes about making cookies and maybe even learning to cook. In my family, that always became a funny point because my dad was the one who did the cooking. So to picture her baking from scratch is kind of surreal. And my dad, he's drifting through his day in Vietnam, going to the club, the library, beers with friends, but the whole time he's still thinking about Hawaii. He even compares his breakfast to Eggs Benedict and champagne, the one he shared with her on R&R. He admits he's been in a daze ever since. Let's start with my mom's letter. September 19th, 1971. Hi, darling. Boy, I love you so much. Are you still my whittle chickie? I sure hope so. I know one thing. I'm your chickie. Today was a shitty day, weather-wise. If you can believe it, the high was 61. Tried to rain off and on. Gray skies. I sure could use anything other than shitty weather to make my mood better. Anyway, I managed. I slept late. It seems to be an escape mechanism to make the day go faster. I got up around noon. Had bacon and eggs. At first, I felt depressed when I thought of us being together last Sunday. It was so nice having someone to talk to and share meals with. Just being able to touch you, even when you were sleeping, was beautiful. Do you think there's a good chance I love you? Ha! Well, if you have any doubt in your mind, you can just wipe it away. You see, chickie, I'll love you forever and ever. Amen. Connie and Cookie came over this afternoon. We sat and shot the shit. Joy had just returned from San Fran and a week of leave. She got a hop out with the orthopedics. They went out for a meeting. Cookie and I went to the BX. Had to get some cigs and writing paper for my lover. I got 3 books, so maybe I'll keep from running out anytime soon. It seems like every time I turn around, I'm out of paper. I refuse to write on shitty paper. It would depress my darling. You write on plain paper 'cause men aren't supposed to be saucy when writing. I'd love a letter from my darling, even if it were written on toilet paper. Chickie, I missed you more today than yesterday. Less than tomorrow. Cookie and I came back from the BX, and you aren't ready for this one. I bought the stuff, and Cookie taught me how to make chocolate chip cookies. I'm going to make another batch tomorrow, then send them to you. I wanted you to have some that I baked to pass around, 'cause this has to be history. Now you're saying Cookie made them, but she didn't. She only showed me how, I promise. As a matter of fact, it was fun. I might learn to cook someday. Well, I'm not going to rush into it, but maybe. After the cookie doings, we grilled a steak and watched the Sunday movie. I warmed up the apartment and washed my hair. I have to be the sexiest pregnant lady in the clinic tomorrow. You wouldn't want me to look any other way, would you? Oh, I almost forgot. Your folks called today. The usual questions and answers. I told her I was getting a care package together from my husband. Well, I'll bet you should have one on your way soon. Also, I'm damn glad I had a date for coming home for her. That was the first question. I explained I was only staying 2 weeks. Not much comment on that. Your dad and I talked about Alabama football. Well, darling, I'm going to sleepy now, 'cause I've got to get up early. I love you so, my precious darling. I'm still soaring on last week's events. I love and miss you so very, very much. Forever and always. Sarah. That was my mom, baking cookies. Teasing about cooking. and filling the hours. But really, her mind was still in Hawaii. Now here's Dick's letter from the same day. He's going through the motions on base, but it's clear his head hasn't left their reunion. September 19th, 1971. My dearest lover, how is my pretty girl today? I hope you are so fine. I love you so much. I miss you more and more each day. There's a saying here in Vietnam that after a person goes on R&R to see his wife, he's not worth a damn. Boy, is that saying forever true. Ken told me today, Allgood, you are in a daze ever since you got back from Hawaii. Well, it's true. All I can do is dream of being with you. You are so precious to me. I love you, my little chickadee. You are my precious darling. I got off alert this morning at 8 a.m. Bob Franklin and I went to the club for breakfast. Naturally, I compared our breakfast of eggs Benedict and champagne. I almost got sick this morning eating. Came back to the hooch, lay on the bed, and I thought of my love some more. I got up and shaved, and then went to the club for a sandwich at noon, then to the library to look at some magazines. I dropped by the detachment, and then back to the hooch. Watched a golf match, 3 weeks old. Then Pi and I went to the BX to get some liquor. Went by the enlisted hooch. Had a couple beers with the guys. I am now riding my love
into possession of this stash, and he did a couple of things with it. One is
Pi and I are going to the club for supper after a while. Baby, I miss you so much. Pi just came in and he's now sitting on my bed. We have been talking about Hawaii, and I have been homesick for you. I'm okay. Don't worry. I just love you so much. I can't get to you soon enough. How is our little one? Still being sweet to his mom? I bet he is glad Hawaii is over to get some peace. Ha! I love you so much. You are my precious chickadee. I wrote Bill Cobbs about the job. I hope to get a letter from him soon. I love you, Sarah Jane. You are my entire life. I am yours forever. Big kisses to the prettiest girl in the world. Sleep warm. Love you, Dick. Side by side, these letters show two people whose hearts were still in Hawaii. My mom writes about cookies and chocolate chips like she's trying something new, while my dad compares breakfast to eggs Benedict and champagne, remembering exactly what they'd shared together just a week earlier. But even with the oceans between them, even in the middle of war, their heads stayed in the clouds together. I guess that's what it looks like when you're carrying a once-in-a-lifetime kind of love. If you'd like to help keep this story alive, you can support it by subscribing and following wherever you listen. And if you enjoy it, please share it with a friend. You can also go to buymeacoffee.com/The Allgoods Love. Thanks for listening. I'm Elisa Allgood, and I'll be back real soon with the next letter.